Previously on Gene Roddenberry's Earth, Final Conflict.
Let us see what human intelligence has to offer us, Boone.
What is the purpose of this experiment?
That we may understand one another more profoundly.
What are they after? Why are they so keen to create human Taelon hybrids? First with the implants, now this.
I believe they can rearrange our minds now, whenever and however they want.
You should know. Your brother never blamed you for not protecting him from your father.
I'd rather not talk about this.
When you forgive your father, you'll find your faith again.
That's not gonna happen.
Tell me about him.
Thomas Blanchard. He was asleep in his cell at Attica when someone took a lead pipe to him.
Brain dead?
He's failed the neurological test repeatedly. The only thing keeping him alive is what you see.
Looks like he fits the profile. Young, agile.
His cover is perfect. He's a thief. A good one.
I don't know.
Listen, Colonel. We're not gonna find anyone more suitable within the time frame.
It's not your neck on the line.
Your neck's already on the line. The doctor said you should have been dead a month ago.
Thanks for reminding me.
Brain transplant complete. Initializing memory download procedure. Memory download complete. Brain activity confirmed. Download successful.
Welcome back, Colonel. How does it feel to be 40 years younger?
Years ago they came, forever altering the future of humanity. William Boone's life has been destroyed. A man caught between two worlds, assigned protector to the companions, undercover agent for the liberation. An alien-implanted cyber virus expands his mind, controlling a bioengineered weapon of unprecedented power. William Boone searches for the truth.
Right on time, Commander, for once.
Is Don here?
And Zohar.
The lifeblood of today's world is electronic data transmission. The secure flow of information is as important to us as secure trade routes were in the past. This device is designed to attack that flow. It's the most successful weapon developed yet for information warfare. IW around here.
I understood the IW prototypes were first tested in the late 90s?
Primitive weaponry, which destroyed not only their objectives, but every other electronic system around them. We have shown your technologists how to focus the electromagnetic pulse through Taelons shielding. With this weapon, an enemy can be rendered both deaf and dumb without the direct loss of life.
What enemy did you have in mind when you developed the weapon?
We do not employ weapons, Commander, as you are aware. We have aided Miss Portnoy in the creation of this device, merely to prevent its misuse by those with less enlightened views.
Would you like a demonstration?
Sandoval, you can't be serious! Call the paramedics. Something has changed dramatically. Other than the Skrill, the Taelons have never shown any interest in developing weapons.
Doors has been predicting this for a long time. He thinks we're getting ready for a more overt form of conquest.
You better hope he's wrong.
Lily.
Mom, hi. What's wrong?
I've got bad news. Your father...
Oh, Mom.
It was his heart. No surprise there. I've been trying to make the arrangements, but... Lily, I know how you felt about him, but...
No, Mom, come on, don't do that. You know that I'll be there to help you. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Your father and I have been separated for all these years now, but... all these emotions come flooding back.
I know. I'll see you first thing tomorrow.
Okay, honey. Good night.
Good night, Mom.
I'm so sorry.
Don't. I mean, thanks, but, you know, it's not like we were very close or anything. I don't think I've talked to him in like 10 years. Not since my brother.
Look, I can handle doors if you want.
No, it's okay. I'll be all right. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Yeah, sure.
I want every inch of the lab swept. No one leaves until you come up with an errant DNA sample.
When was it stolen?
Estimate 4 a.m. Rooftop entry, disabling the security sensors along the route.
Security here is as good as it gets.
That's why I'm convinced there had to be inside help at the lab.
Agent Sandoval, what may I inform the Synod about the theft of this weapon?
Everyone with security clearance is being interrogated, Don. I'm convinced we'll come up with a conspirator at day's end.
Don, this weapon could prove a nightmare in the wrong hands.
Do you fear such aggression?
I do.
Then you must retrieve it with haste. We do not wish to see this device used as the means of mass destruction.
Could this weapon also pose a threat to Taelon systems?
You must prevent that possibility from being tested.
I understand.
I have been informed about the death of Captain Marquette's father. She should be removed from this case and allowed the proper time to grieve.
Don, knowing Captain Marquette as I do, I think she'd rather be...
I believe I have stated my wish.
Who the hell are you?
Calm yourself. I'm here to discuss a matter of mutual profit.
My friend, if you're looking for a fence, go to a pawn shop.
You have an enviable reputation as a man who can sell anything to anyone, even the most rarefied of objects.
And I suppose you just happen to have a rarefied object.
First, practical information warfare weapon, companion engineered.
Companion? That is rare. I suppose you expect me to believe you based on faith.
Well, it's difficult to convince you when I'm standing out here.
Fine. You can enter.
Think you can find a buyer for this, Mr. Pawnshop?
Depends. Who did you have in mind?
Not particular. Anyone who has at least 50 million in negotiable bonds. And quickly, I'm not anxious to hold on to this.
Noon tomorrow. I should be able to find a buyer by then.
Well, let's hope your reputation means something. Oh, and if you're thinking of going to the police or companion security, I've seen where you sleep.
How you holding up?
It's almost surreal. Playing the widow after 10 years of living apart.
You shared a lot of life together. 2 children.
You know, he called me out of the blue about 3 months ago. Of course, he didn't tell me how sick he really was, but it seemed that he wanted to talk. About you. Even about your brother.
What did he say?
Not very much. You know how hard it was for your father to really let people in. But he did tell me how proud he was of you. Working with the companions, making a better world. You try to remember that when you think of him.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, there's his cousin Frank. Better go talk to him.
Father should be mourned more than this. I'm sorry. I wish I could feel more. Peace. And love.
His name's Thomas Blanchard. He was released from prison 2 months ago.
It looks like stealing a Taelon weapon's a bit out of his league, isn't it?
Oh, a touch, but he has the weapon. I've seen it.
I've seen this man. Yeah, he was outside Doors International Tower the night of the theft. He must have been assessing the security.
Why would he come to you to find a buyer?
Because I can. Unloading something like this takes a certain gift. I can think of only 1 or 2 others he could trust it to.
I don't know.
You think it's a trap?
I have to think like that if I want to stay alive.
He never mentioned you as a buyer. All he wants is the highest price.
Well, the prospect of the Taelons controlling this technology scares the hell out of me.
Look, if we want to get this weapon back, we have to move quickly. Sandoval is working round the clock to find it, and he will.
I'll check out Blanchard in the security database, make sure he's legit.
That could be a problem.
What are you talking about?
Don has requested that I keep you out of the investigation. He's concerned about your emotional state.
What? Well, I think I'm a far better judge of my emotional state, so you can tell Da'an thank you very much.
Lily, it's not that simple. Don was adamant that you not be involved.
You can't cut me out of this.
Lily, he's an implant. He has to appear to follow orders.
Fine, I'll just talk to Da'an myself.
Until you clear this with Da'an, you keep a low profile. You understand? Talk to Mr. Blanchard. If he checks out, tell him he's got a buyer. I want that weapon.
Blanchard! Blanchard, it's time to go.
Captain Marquette,
Da'an, I'm very sorry to interrupt.
I trust you do so with reason.
Commander Boone has removed me from the IW weapon investigation on your order. Have I given you any reason at all to question my judgment or ability?
You have suffered the loss of a parent. I perceive that it occasions grief and the need for private reflection.
Thank you, Da'an, but I know myself, and the best thing for me would be to keep working.
Captain, I must insist that you respect my wishes.
There's no need for violence. I'm merely showing you that no one enters without my permission.
Who else is with you, pawn shop?
You're going to have to learn to trust me if you want to do business.
Do you have a buyer?
Yes, one that can meet your price in full.
Who?
That's not relevant.
Yes, it is. Get us out.
I've contacted a middleman who can reach Jonathan Doors.
No, I don't need that kind of trouble.
What if the buyer were to compensate you for your trouble? Say, 75.
Purchase would have to be made by the buyer, no middleman.
That's impossible.
Then find me another buyer.
Look in the corner. You'll find a global. I'll contact you when I know.
How do I know you won't trace me?
You don't. What do you think?
I don't know. He says all the right things, but I don't know. We have to look deeper into Blanchard. Can you trace his global if you have to?
XOB. XOB what? XOB 6. Run all license numbers beginning with XOB 6.
License plate search in progress.
Yes. Photo search all vehicular matches with owner ID. Stop.
gun down.
Don't move.
Blanchard Thomas, prison records, run files.
There's no red flags at all.
Let me try a diagnostic, see if any of the files have been tampered with. Boone. Here, in his prison infirmary charts, the diagnostics show they've been altered before he was released.
Can you reconstruct what was there?
Well, no, but it's probably just an overzealous clerk fixing typos.
No. Doesn't smell right. Jonathan, is Lily there with you?
No. You haven't heard from her.
No. There's some inconsistencies in Blanchard's file. I don't like it.
It's a little too risky for my taste.
All right. Tell Blanchard the deal's off.
Get another shot, Jonathan.
We kill her, we get out now.
No.
She's companion security.
I said no. Personal locators. How'd you find me here, Captain Marquette?
That's a pretty nasty scar on your arm. How'd you get that?
Ask questions. Why are you here without backup?
You must have had an inside source in the lab. That's how you stole the weapon, right?
Is that the game? Serve and volley. I think you weren't supposed to be here at all. I think you're here disobeying someone's orders. Got a wild streak, don't you?
Well, you seem to know a lot. Why don't you tell me?
You were born Lily Purcell at Fort Hood, Texas, 30 years ago. Your mother's name is Rachel. Your father's name is Edward. Signal Corps, retired.
Why do you know all of this?
Make it my business to know the people I'm up against, to know everything about them.
Well, if you really knew your business, then you know my father's dead.
Score one for you. I didn't see a ring. Why'd you take your mother's maiden name, Marquette?
Like I said, you seem to know so much. Why don't you tell me?
You shouldn't have come here, Lily.
Deal is off.
Who do you think you're dealing with? I can't find another buyer now.
Call customer service. Maybe they can help.
Tell Mr. Doris that I know he's not funding this so-called liberation movement with savings from a shoebox. He's pulling money out of his company.
Maybe you don't get to read the newspaper in prison, but Mr. Doris hasn't been involved in his company since he went underground.
Tell Doris to watch the evening news. This is just the beginning. If this deal doesn't happen, he can kiss his cash flow goodbye.
What's he talking about? The beginning of what? Yeah.
I found our suspect.
Who?
Thomas Blanchard, a convicted criminal. Fits the profile. I have a location.
I'm on my way.
I'll coordinate the raid with Commander Boone. We'll get the weapon and the thief.
Thank you, Agent Sandoval.
Inform your operative to take the necessary precautions. You seem uncomfortable with my methods, Taelons.
You have a gift for intrigue, Sir Orr. One that deserves watching closely.
Well, Blanchard's little stunt just cost me over $4 million.
Well, Blanchard was right. You're funding the liberation with Doors International dollars. I'm impressed. But after this is over, can you tell me how it was that you were able to
Tell
shield
Blanchard we're back on. I want to meet the man who's got the guts to blackmail me.
They could have nabbed you right on the street. What's the matter with you?
Doors need a little persuasion to follow through with the deal.
Yeah? So why hasn't he called? The deal must be off.
Maybe they know she found us. That's why he backed out.
The deal is on. I know what I'm doing. Let me play this out.
More blood.
You keep sticking your nose in where it's not wanted, don't you?
Thanks.
I can be curious, too. Why did you take your mother's name? Your old man that much of a bastard?
What is it to you?
I got this fascination with dysfunctional families. A little strict, was he? Midnight inspections. Hospital corners on your bunks. Well, maybe he was trying to toughen you up, get you ready for the real world.
He wasn't interested in us. He was interested in control, even if it killed us. And it did. It killed my brother. He was 2 years younger. My father was even tougher on him than he was on me. After all, he was his boy. When he was 19 years old, he took his own life. He used my father's sidearm.
That would be very hard to forgive. Your father must have felt terrible about that.
He did. He didn't say a word. Not to me.
Blanchard. How'd they find out? How long do we have before they get here?
Move! Turn this place inside out! Blanchard is here somewhere! Damn it!
It's still warm.
Somebody warned them.
Who?
The only ones who knew about the raid are right here.
Not the only ones. I've got to check in with Captain Marquette. Give me a minute. Lily's with Blanchard.
What? How?
I don't know, but you've got to trace him.
All right.
And stall for time.
Doors has already set the meeting.
Find her.
It's taking him so long. He should be back by now. Come on.
Or they'll kill you.
So will you.
I'm trying to help you. Your brother shot himself with a Colt 45. I found him sitting at my desk when your mother and I came home from the base club.
Let go of me!
I'm your father, Lily.
You're out of your mind!
I am your father. I won't let them hurt you.
You got her!
Yeah.
It is time that you knew the truth about the theft of the information weapon. Its thief is a companion agent. He carries out a plan created by Zaor with the blessing of the Synod.
What plan?
The weapon itself poses no threat to our Taelons systems. The theft was designed to entrap Jonathan Dors.
Our operative will meet with the terrorist leader tonight.
Brilliant. I congratulate you.
Why were we not informed about this?
A trap must appear seamless. The vigor of your pursuit has lent credence to the agent's theft.
Zaor also fears that the dissidents may have eyes and ears among us. Only those essential were informed.
And you trust Blanchard, a thief?
The man known as Thomas Blanchard is dead. His body endures, but his mind is silent. Human science has long sought to capture and replicate neural intelligence within the form of artificial intelligence. We have taken the first step in enabling your technicians to fulfill that goal.
You can extract a man's mind and his memory?
The process is experimental, but the body and cerebellum of one have been reanimated with the essence of another.
Who is Thomas Blanchard now?
An accomplished agent who has served your own authorities for many years. He embraced the risk, for his own body was dying.
You will remain here until we receive his signal, and then you will follow him to the criminal doors, either to arrest him, or as that is likely to prove impossible, to eradicate him.
It would be our privilege to do so.
Dors has agreed to the deal. Pack up the stuff.
You are not my father. I buried my father. I don't know who the hell you are, but you are not him.
I held you in my hands when you were born, when we baptized you at St. Mark's. When you saw this, you almost guessed. You remembered the lawnmower. You remembered running to call your mother for help. Thomas Blanchard was clinically dead. The Taelons downloaded my mind and memory into his body.
I don't believe this.
Why would I be telling you any of this? Lily, you know what the companions are capable of.
Why you? Why did they do this to you?
To capture Jonathan Dors.
I don't understand. You were just in the Signal Corps. Why?
Nothing you think you know about me is true. I was never in the Signal Corps. I've been military intelligence from before you were born. That's why they wanted me. Lily, what you said was true. Andy's death was my fault. When I lost him, I knew I'd lost you too.
The only thing I ever wanted from you was a connection. Some kind of opening, and that never happened.
It's here now. No more secrets.
Corner of 3rd and Main. 8:30, no weapons allowed.
We're on.
I'll get you out of this safely. If she's hurt when I return, you don't want to be here. Let's go.
Blanchard stopped.
We'll pick him up again when he's back on the move.
What the hell are you doing?
Stretching my legs. You got a problem with that?
I got a problem with you doing anything without my permission. So sit down, I'll teach you to listen to me.
Not a very good listener.
Signal.
What?
It's gone. That's impossible. Damn it.
Straight ahead. Keep moving.
You know, Mr. Blanchard, I really don't appreciate being blackmailed. That's a decision you're gonna regret.
Really? It's worked pretty well so far.
I can't explain our failures, or the signal shouldn't have vanished.
The operative will act on his own if he perceives he is without assistance.
We'll try and find him.
You will find him.
You take the car, I'll go on foot. Look for any sign of the white truck.
Very impressive. But why'd you insist on meeting in your own home?
Because it's the only place I'm safe from electronic surveillance. Now, may I see the weapon?
If I see the money. Hope it's worth it.
My technicians will have to examine the device before you can leave.
It's a trap. Blanchard's a companion agent.
Nobody moves! Nobody moves! Where does this go?
Several hundred feet straight up.
Open it or you die down here. Lily!
Help him. We have to help him.
Shh, Lily.
Don't speak. Shh.
I'm proud of you.
Can you help him? Get somebody help him. Help him, please.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Okay.
Jonathan had no choice, Lily. You know that.
I know. My father, he lived his whole life like a lie, keeping secrets. I'm living my life the same way. And there's a cost to that. I saw it.
That's not all you saw. You saw him fight against that cost. You had a chance to meet your father, Lily, in a way that he always wanted you to. As someone who cared for you deeply.
He had my father's mind. And he had my father's memories. But is that really what makes a person? You know, because maybe it takes every single cell of our beings. He said things to me that my father never would have said. I don't know if it was him or Thomas Blanchard.
I choose to believe it was your father.